What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is Mark Jackson here. It is Thursday night, 7 p.m. here at the Metal Forge. And tonight in the studio, I have Samuel St. Samuel from Call Me Bronco. He's going to be in here playing some tunes tonight for you. And actually, he's here right now. So how you doing, Samuel?
I'm doing good.
You have a good day today?
Not so bad.
You beat me here to the studio.
Yeah. I'm a punctual person lately.
Absolutely. And nothing wrong with that. Punctuality is always nice for a rocker.
I'm not at all. I think the last two shows we played in town, we were considerably late.
Fashionably late, though?
I wouldn't say fashionably.
Awesome. So, introduce yourself. You play with Call Me Bronco.
Yep.
You are vocals and guitar.
Yeah. And Bobby and I write most of the songs together. Well, we've been doing that. This is our second band together. Definitely the longest lasting one. I think we've been a band for 6.5 years now.
Nice. Yeah. So from about 2013.
Yep.
And how did Call Me Bronco come into?
Well, it was originally supposed to be Bobby and I had this band called Bosco. It was him and I and my sister and our friend Trey, and my friend Sheila played bass and our friend Rob played accordion.
Nice.
And then it was a big band. Like, if everybody was at a show, we had one of those bands where it's like, now maybe everybody's going to be there.
Right, you might have one guitar player one week, and
we usually had.
I can't make it to this show.
Well, it was usually we had because we had two guitars, bass and drums, definitely. But then we also had a cello and a pedal steel and an accordion.
Wow!
So those three were the kind of like maybe
might be there, might not.
Yeah, and I think we only ever had one show actually where they all played at the same time.
So it was definitely a treat getting everybody there for that one show.
Yeah, well,
then.
I mean, like our pedal steel player was a pretty good musician. His name's Patrick Bowman, not Patrick Bowman. Forget his last name, but he lives in Colorado now.
Okay,
and he was a very, very good musician. So he didn't even show up to practices ever. He lived up in Nashville, Indiana.
Oh, absolutely. I know where it's at.
And so he'd just come down for shows and play shows with us.
And
the thing about pedal steel is it's always late.
Right.
So you can, kind of wing it a little easier than you can with other instruments.
Absolutely. And it's all...
Yeah. So that band, yeah. Yeah.
I play a little lap steel.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
So, yeah. And I enjoy it. I like doing it.
It's fun. It's deceivingly simple. Like you think you're really good at it until you play with someone else, and then you're like, oh, I have no idea what the fuck. Well, I absolutely.
Whoa, careful there!
I caught it though.
Yeah, you did. Almost. Be careful with that.
I'm trying. I don't want to fine.
Absolutely. Kathy would get mad and kill me.
I'm sorry, Kathy. I apologize.
So, what are the majority of your songs about? Do you follow a theme?
Yeah, they usually go through what I'm going through at the time in life. Like I always say the joke that if people want to know like anything about me, if you listen to the songs, I'd probably tell you. Like there's usually some that's. It started to be. I used to write songs a lot about like relationships and just breakups, and then I realized I was singing these songs about relationships like well after, and it really didn't.
Right. 4 years after the fact.
Yeah, 5 years after, and it really I kind of was the thing about Four Shots that I was going to tell you. It was kind of I realized that with that song specifically, it really didn't help me get over the relationship. It was not. It kind of probably hindered a little bit because I was putting myself through that every time I sang it, and it didn't. It just got to the point where it's like, okay, I'm not going to do this anymore because this was rough.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a headspace at the time.
Yeah,
and now that you've moved past that and grown from that you don't want to sing that song again. I completely understand that, and I have a few songs in Overload's catalog that I don't want to ever sing again.
Yeah, I feel that. So. Yeah, I helped, because it definitely helped initially, but just if I I guess I'm not opposed to writing a song still about a relationship, but I probably wouldn't put it out there the way I did with that song.
Right.
Just because, I mean, we played that song every night. We played, and that was when we first wrote that song. We were on tour a lot. We were touring probably, 80 days a year, maybe 100 days a year at that point.
Right. And that's a long time for an independent band to go out.
Yeah, it was expensive, but
Absolutely. As well, anything worthwhile is always expensive.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that.
Oh, you don't? That it worthwhile? You don't think it?
Feel like whether the best things in life are always free, right? Or the same.
They say that, but I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. I don't. I live my life. I try to live as cheaply as I possibly can, and just keep my. My cost of living at a minimum.
Isn't that frugal?
Yeah, maybe, but I'm happier when I do that. Like, I don't have to pay as much money.
Absolutely. No, just go out and get your beer and go. No, I did notice that that's a theme too. There's a lot of drinking. You'll have a lot of drinking songs.
Yeah, I've kind of moved on to like drug use and like messing, like more introspective on myself instead of my relationships.
Right.
Like I wrote like our EP. We've got an EP coming out in March called "Drug Songs for the Addicted," and that one's mostly about watching my friends and some of myself go through the struggle of just like self destruct and.
Absolutely,
and watching our. I mean, I don't know a person that doesn't have a friend die every 6 months from a heroin overdose or
at least at some point in their life.
Yeah. Well, something like it's pretty common. I had in the past annual year, I've probably had, not annual year, but calendar, whatever.
I understand.
Yeah. I hope
everybody else does too.
I'm sure they do. I think I had 10 friends die.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and I mean a lot of that is because we travel a lot, and I have a lot, like a lot more a group, like a larger group of friends to pull from. Just because we travel and I've met people through the road and stuff, and I'm a pretty outgoing guy, and I like to meet, make friends and meet people. So that's a lot of that's me, just my personal life. But yeah, it was a rough year last year as far as that went. And so a lot of that got transferred into the songs I wrote. And
absolutely. And when is that due out? You said next month?
March. Yeah, I've got the test pressing now, and we just have to approve it.
Awesome.
And,
so you guys hear that here first that on WCHQ, that here before too long we're going to have some brand new Call Me Bronco coming out, and I'm going to be pushing that. So... Well, I'm going to play a song here, and I'm going to get you to get your guitar, and when we come back, we'll hear some Samuel St. Samuel play some songs. Let's check this out. This is Never Love Again by the Hot Prowlers.
I was looking for someone
All right, and that was Hot Prowlers with Never Love Again from the 2016 Neon album. And they are actually going, I want to go ahead and mac this out here, May the 11th at Mag Bar. I am actually getting back into the promoting game and going to be promoting a show, and it's going to be the Metal Forge Showcase. And they are going to be playing, I believe they are playing that show. If they're not, I'm really stupid right now.
You're not very good at promoting.
I'm not very good at promoting. I believe they are going to, along with Atomic Thrill Ride and White Knight. So here we are back with Samuel. He's going to play us a song right now. And what is the name of this?
I don't know. Do you want a sad song or a happy song? I got a lot of them.
Let's play a happy drinking song.
I'll go drinking, happy drinking.
Or just a happy song. Yeah, just play something.
Okay, this is a song. The song's called Cigarettes. I'm trying to make sure that there aren't any swear words in it.
Absolutely.
I'll edit them out, and so it might be in there, like about. But yeah, this song's about why I don't pay my taxes.
Yes.
I have more in common than I'd care to admit with the people that I hate and people that I say are in the middle of the day. They change the way the game is played. No one's even playing by the rules. That's why I don't pay my taxes when I'm working for your tips. They still get me with those cigarettes that I put to my lips. And oh, I miss the days when I thought anarchy resist was a viable economic plan. I picked up every single job that's ever come my way, and I probably quit one of them to play for you today. But the only reason anyone's still playing in a band is if everyone else goes to work then pays to be a fan. That's why I don't pay my taxes when I'm working for your tips. They still get me with those cigarettes that I put to my lips. And oh, I miss the days when I thought anarchy resist was a viable economic plan. I have more in common with the prison populace than I will ever have with the filthy rich. Well, that was a good song.
Had to catch that one, didn't you?
I have more in common with the prison populace than I will ever have with the filthy rich. It's just when I get arrested, they don't say that I resist. I don't catch that extra charge for the color of my skin. That's why I don't pay my taxes when I'm working for your tips. They still get me with those cigarettes that I put to my lips. And oh, I miss the days when I thought anarchy resist was a viable economic plan.
All right, that's awesome. Even a little bit of a woo right in the middle of that. For those of you who don't know the actual lyrics to that song,
I think the words that were omitted are pretty easy to come.
Absolutely, you could. I know you can go up to Guest Room Records right up the street here on Frankfurt Avenue and pick up "Beating a Dead Bronco" because that is on that.
No, it's not on.
That's
that.
not it. I thought that was.
No.
Where was that released at?
That one's not released. That was a new song.
That's a new song?
Yeah.
I could have swore I've heard that before.
You may have heard it, but it's not been recorded on anything.
Really?
Yeah. No. I mean, maybe on my phone, unless I, sent you an email with it or something. I don't know.
You might have.
Yeah, maybe.
I think you did, actually. I'm like, wait a minute, I know this song. Where have I heard this?
Yeah, no, that's going
to be on the new.
It's not even a deep cut. It's a very, very shallow cut. It's
right.
It's brand new.
It's a brand spanking new song that's going to be on. Is that going to be on the new?
Nope, that's not on the new one either.
Wow.
Yeah.
So tell me about this new album. What is?
It's an EP. It's not really an album. It's just 4 songs. And it's kind of a concept EP, if you will. Like it's basically about, the first song is about like kind of wallowing in the depression of substance abuse, and then the second song is that acknowledgement of a problem, and then the third song is about the loss of and kind of the wake up of that. Essentially, I had a friend of mine. His name was Cody Ray. He overdosed on heroin right in the middle of writing the song, and so that definitely shaped the way the song went and made it into kind of what it is today.
Right.
And then the last song is like the redemption, like that there is like a light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing, but you have to work for it. I don't know. It's kind of weird to I got to write out a thing for it so it makes sense, because I mean it could just be 4 songs that go out that people could listen to, but it could be actually like what these songs, because they are what I've gone through and what I've been through, and so it kind of felt like I needed to write. Like one of the ideas we had was just writing a little short, expose about each song, about what we went through to write it, but like tell it in like the first person,
Absolutely.
And then, but yeah, there's going to be something like that with the album.
Absolutely.
And it's actually a split 12-inch with another band called, they're from Pittsburgh. They're called 6 Speed Kill.
Okay.
And they're it's going to be the split with them. So half of it's our side and the other half is theirs.
Right. For those who don't know what a split is, and a lot of people don't, but so actually 12-inch split, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to be a jerk about it, and I think I'm not sure if this happened. I need to check on the test pressing. Like I said, I haven't listened to it yet. But they I wanted our side to be at 45. Because we had we had it down.
I see where you're going.
We had
with
like
this.
a 15 minutes. I think it's only 15 minutes of music, and that was the cutoff. So I was like, "Could we please make our side 45 RPM, make our side 33?"
There's people that have done that.
Yeah, it's a jerk move. It really is.
Right, because then they get to the other side and it's like,
let's go like this. Well, it'd be really fast. If they listen, they'd probably listen to it at 33 automatically. So ours would sound really fast, and theirs would sound right.
Right, really. Yeah, the chipmunks.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Actually, no, ours would sound slow at theirs. Yeah, that's right. Ours would sound slow.
Really
I was
fast.
thinking of us listening. Yeah, theirs would be. They already sound like Motorhead. I think that might help them out a little bit.
I like them already.
Yeah.
They sound like Motorhead. Heck yeah. So when is your next show?
Tentatively, I think we just today. I got a message about a show at Spinelli's on March 10th.
Spinelli's downtown?
Yeah, with Greyhaven. And I'm not sure if the only thing that's keeping us is I got to make sure that our drummer can actually play, because he is recovering from he's got stabbed 11 times.
Oh my gosh.
So I know he does hip hop too, and so I know he's been on. He did a show the other day. So but he also got stabbed in the ankle.
Oh my gosh.
That's one of the things. Like among 10 other places.
Right. You were telling me the story, and you don't have to go back into it. But it was in a brave.
Yeah, it was a moment
heroic.
Heroic defending a woman's more than her honor.
Right.
Just her life, really. And he was in the hospital for I think 5 days.
Get well soon.
Yeah. Oh, he's ornery as he ever was.
That's Murph?
Yeah, Murph.
Yeah. Get well soon, Murph. Because looking at your page, it's you have an upright bass player.
Not anymore. We
actually have a little late.
Yeah, we got. Well, it was like our upright bassist. We had an upright bassist for most of the band, and we always got an upright bassist when we got a new bassist.
Right.
I think we've been through 3 or 4 now. and it just got really hard to find an upright bassist in town.
I think you found you've went through all 4 of them.
Yeah, well, none of them. Only one of them lived here.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And he
and it's an art.
Yeah, it's what's really hard, and just having that big of an instrument, like when we first started, the first tour we went on, I had an acoustic guitar. Bobby had his electric with this tiny little Dan Electro amp. We had a very minimal drum kit, and then the bass and the bass and the bass cab that he had took up most of the space in the band.
Absolutely.
Like we went touring. We went in a little Chevy Astro was the very first band we went on touring, and I like looking back on it. I don't know how we fit even that in there,
right?
You know?
Because I mean, you've seen A Mighty Wind, I'm sure, where they strap the upright on the top of the station wagon.
There was this band called what was that called? They're from Brooklyn. They're kind of a bluegrassy band. I forget the name of the band. Anyways, they had a case, upright bass case that was mounted to the top of their bus.
Oh my gosh!
I don't think it worked because they said it leaked, and so it didn't work. But they left it mounted. So they had this upright bass case
that was just mounted up there the whole time.
I mean, I would be concerned about like clearance issues.
Absolutely,
you know.
Even with like a normal van,
you
couldn't park in a parking garage with
especially in New York of all places. I mean, I would imagine that New York has a lot of places where there's going to be a clearance issue, but
absolutely, especially because everything's
definitely
below the city.
Definitely get stuck underneath the train tracks on 3rd Street though, for sure. Like definitely. I like how they just did all that construction there.
Yeah.
And they didn't lower the road at all. They just reinforced the bridge again. Like,
one of my fondest memories of being a child is I was with my dad coming to pick up my mom from work, and there was a semi truck that had run under the viaduct on Broadway, and it was like, oh my gosh, under the train bridge there.
Yeah,
it's like. That's craziness.
Oh man, I'm so glad it's never happened to me.
Oh no, not at all. It'd be terrible.
I probably would. This is what I'm going to knock on wood.
Which will bring up my next question, because I've asked this of everybody, even the graphic artists that I've had on the show. Everybody has a Spinal Tap moment in music. What would be your most? Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening to me. Like your Stonehenge or your
man. We've had so many bad shows. like we've a lot of like one time we had it was the first tour with Murph. I think it was the first tour with Murph. Yeah, it was. We were touring out to. It was the tour we did right before we recorded Beating a Dead Bronco, because we recorded that at the end of the tour in Austin, and so we were the first show we were going out, and we were at San Lou in St. Louis was our first show.
Oh wow, yeah.
And it was like I think the tuner that Bobby had was the flat button had been hit on it.
Oh,
and we couldn't figure out. We weren't in tune. Like, and we had spent it was one of those things where like at this point I know
you're seeing it, but you're not catching it.
Well, we're getting ready. Like I have a bad habit of just winging it. Like I'm very comfortable. Like I say I'm a lot better at rolling with the punches than sticking to the plan.
Right.
So, but at that point, I'd really been making an effort to try to be prepared before shows, and like I'd went out and I'd rented tuners from Doo-Wop Shop, and I had like pedal tuners, not just the clip-on ones. We had the clip. Like I'd made sure like this tour because we were doing 2 weeks in Alaska. And so I wanted to make sure that it was it was 5 weeks. It was a pretty long tour, and I put all this effort into that, and then we got there, and it was just everything fell apart.
Wow! And then it
like
makes
the drums. I think the drums. We lost the drum key, and the drums were really bad, out of tune. And it was just. I just remember me and Bobby we're both in tune. We're looking at our tuners, and for all I know, it was they were right. And then we're just not in tune.
You're just off from each other.
And it was just a bad show. Oh. Like we had
It's one of those ones that you hit the first out of tune key.
Oh, it was the whole show,
and you want to just be like, "Thank you, good night."
Yeah, no, and it was just, and we were like, the show had been sponsored by a local brewery, and so there was all this beer that we got so drunk, and so it was like one of those times where I was trying to figure out how to handle it, and I just did not have the capability to and I knew, like, we just played through, and it sounded so bad. And I just, I like how, the mentality is like, well, we got to play through these songs. We can't just like not play and figure it out.
Yeah,
it's like, well, we're going to just play like like I did.
You cut it. You cut it.
I'm sorry.
Like shh,
like quietly. That's what I meant.
Careful, careful.
But probably the most notable like story from the band that we have is the one that happened with the Butcher of Charleston.
Right.
Like that was a like, like when you're on tour, we don't make any money if we get a hotel every night, right?
Right.
So basically, we.
Believe me, I know.
We try to we find houses to stay at, and like this is the only time in 8 years of touring. 9 years of touring now, that I've ever felt like that we were going to get murdered.
Oh my gosh!
And it was the first Call Me Bronco tour. It had been a really bad tour up until that point. It was very like the first show we played in Lexington, the bass head broke, so we had to come back to Louisville that night and then leave from Louisville again to go to Johnson City, Tennessee. The next night, because we had to come back and get another bass head. And so that was the tour starting off. There were moments on that tour that we had, like, we were choosing between eating and getting to the next gig. Like we were poor on that tour. We did not make, but that was the first half. The second half of the tour went really, really well.
Okay. So it redeemed itself at least.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely. I doubt that if the second half of that tour hadn't went well, we probably wouldn't be a band anymore. Like,
right. That the first half was so demoralizing.
That first half was so hard, and so we had a good friend in Durham, North Carolina, who we did a couple dates with his band. Mark Oates is his name. He's a really good guy. He always takes care of us when we're in town. And
it's always nice to have people like that out there.
Yeah. So we played Charleston, South Carolina, and that was the first very good show of the tour. Like it was a Tuesday night. It was a place called the Recovery Room.
Okay.
And my buddy Big Heavy was a bartender there, and he. So we sold a lot of merch. We made a lot of money at the door. It was a packed show on a Tuesday. We were like, it really lifted our spirits a lot. And so this girl had come up, and she had asked if we needed. She was a very she was very friendly. She seemed pretty normal, And she bought like everything. She bought one of everything,
Oh, wow.
And then she said she offered us a place to stay. She said she had couches and beds for us to sleep on, and that we, and my buddy Mark just had. I was like, hey, can we? I think we're gonna stay with this girl. I know you said you could stay. He's like, oh, that's cool. I've just wood floors and and a couch. That's it. And so we're like, oh yeah, we're definitely all going to stay here. And
at least
we were talking about doing stick and poke tattoos, and she had all this like it was everything you ever dreamed of. And we got over. It was kind of I always describe it as kind of if you boil a frog versus throwing a frog in hot water, because it's just kind of like little weird things started happening, and it was just like. If one like all amounted together, like once we realized the situation we were in, we got out of there. But it was just weird. There was this like these masks that she had made all over the wall, and she had like, I don't know if you've ever been to Charleston. South Carolina. It's very.
Been through
I
it.
don't have a time that we've played there where I don't have a story to tell you about. Like it's a very weird city.
And I'm assuming is that how the song came about?
The song came out. So basically, we show up there and there were not enough places for everyone to sleep. There was a couch, and then she had me help her bring this child's couch from outside inside that had leaves on it and stuff. And she put it was like a child's fold out couch.
Oh wow!
And it was not even a room for one of us. Right?
No, not at all.
And so she was just, there were just so many weird. There's this homeless girl had come over and she was just silently drinking a tall boy of Milwaukee's Best in the corner and not saying anything. And this girl just kept on going on and on about she overran through cats at our drummer Aaron at the time, and he's highly allergic to cats.
Oh no!
And she was like, and wish she had threatened us if we touched her cat that she would kill us previously going up there.
Wow!
And then she starts overhand throwing cats at Aaron. And still we're like, we're not.
It's not enough to leave yet.
It was still kind of just in shock, really. Like I don't like. So when we brought the chair, the bed, and she was like, she said, "Now one of you can sleep there, and two of you can sleep there," pointing at the children's bed that not one of us would have fit on.
Oh my gosh!
And she goes, "And the hot one can sleep with me." And she didn't designate which one of us was the hot one. So, and all of us were in relationships at the time, except for our bassist Keith. And so we were like, Keith, you're the hot one. We actually thank him for being the hot one on the liner notes of
Being a Dead Bronco.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
We thanked every single past member just so we could thank Keith for being the hot one. That wasn't weird. And
it's so much better knowing what that's about now.
Apparently, in her room, she was showing her knife collection, which was really more like scalpels and like skinning tools, not
gosh.
like and then she said something to the effect of what Keith said was she's like, "Oh, it doesn't matter, you're all already dead anyways." Oh, and she kept on talking about being a butcher. That's where it comes from. She kept on talking about how she was a butcher. Because we'd split up, like we went to go take the PA. We borrowed a PA from a friend for that show. So half of us took the PA back, and then Bobby and Aaron walked with her to her house, and we met up there. And so there was this whole like
part of a conversation
that I wasn't privy to, and it. Apparently, during that conversation, she had said she was a butcher and that she hasn't worked in a while, but it's going to be nice to cut up meat again.
Whoa, no, thank you.
And so, I mean, by this time, before she said, it doesn't matter, you're all already dead, when she was showing the knives, I was already on the phone with my buddy Big Heavy to try to to get back to his house, get his address to go.
Hey man, that wood floor is looking really good.
He was like, "Oh yeah, that girl's crazy," and I was like, "What? Why didn't you say something?
Why didn't you
man?
say something first?"
He's like, "Man, I don't know." And then so we ran out of there, and Aaron had actually taken his shoes off and was on the sitting on the floor. And apparently she blocked him from getting out of the door. She was a very tall girl. Like she's a very like, I don't know if you know R. Crumb. He's an artist. She is like, she reminds me of what would be an R. Crumb girl, like a very Amazonian, like very just very 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 big woman. And I don't mean big in the sense of unhealthy, like she could have been a linebacker. Like she was very, and so she apparently stopped him and shoved her hands down his pants while he was trying to leave and said, "You're not the hot one." So we never figured out which other three of us were the hot ones. We knew it wasn't Aaron.
Right. I don't think I would want to find that out.
That's the only time that's ever happened.
That is definitely a Spinal Tap moment.
Yeah.
That is definitely. Again, you are listening to 100.9 WCHQ FM, and I'm going to check in with Ed here with the concert view tonight, and then we're going to come back, and Samuel St. Samuel is going to play us out till 8 o'clock. How does that sound? He's shaking his head, yes. Yep. The people watching on the YouTube feed can see that. Yeah, we do broadcast on YouTube as well. And if you don't, if you're listening here and you don't know where you're going to be at tomorrow to listen, go to your app store, download the app. It's search WCHQFM.com, and let's hear something from Ed on what's going on around town tonight.
Time for the WCHQ Concert View, a service of WCHQ 100.9 FM and Leo Weekly, Louisville's eccentric observer since 1990. Pick up your free copy at any of Leo's 500 distribution points to read smart and irreverent news, commentary, music, and arts coverage. A new issue is out every Wednesday, and daily online exclusive content is available every day at leoweekly.com.
All right, this is your WCHQ Concert View for Thursday, February 21st. I'm Ed. Let's take a look at what's shaking and baking in the Louisville area this evening. All right, starting up here in St. Matthews, Jossie Lauren is performing tonight over at Gersel's Place. Jim Dishman is at the Dundee Tavern starting tonight at 7 o'clock. Jet Ski Hallway is at Wick's Pizza in Middletown starting tonight at 8 o'clock. Carly Johnson and Craig Wagner are at Meta tonight starting at 9:30. Joey Constantine is at Merle's Whiskey Kitchen starting tonight at 8 o'clock. Sean Whiting, The Unwashed, Josh Nolan, and Thirst are over at the Mag Bar starting tonight at 8 o'clock. J.D. Green is in concert at the Louisville Nature Center starting late tonight at 9 o'clock. Fool's Ghost, Okapi, Sherry Streeter are over at the Kaiju starting tonight at 9 o'clock. Uncle Louie is at Goodwood Brewing tonight starting at 8 o'clock. Tim Whalen, Kendall Carter, and Mike Hyman are at the Hell or High Water Bar starting tonight at 8 o'clock. The Louisville Hot Club is also performing tonight over at the Hell or High Water Bar. Cody Loden is also over at Gersel's Place up here in St. Matthews starting tonight at 8 o'clock. Frankie Moody is at the Louisville Billiards Club starting tonight at 9 o'clock. Me and You are at Derby City Pizza Company starting tonight at 6 o'clock. Joe Robinson is live at Derby City Pizza Company and PRP starting tonight at 6 o'clock. Waterfall Wash and Comforter are at the Highlands Tap Room in the Highlands starting tonight at 10 o'clock. The Derbytown Quartet are at the Fish House Cafe starting this evening at 5:30. It's the Thursday night throwdown over at C.B. Ray's Blues Bar kicking off at 8 o'clock. John Baxter is at O'Shea's Irish Pub in the Highlands starting late tonight at 10 o'clock. A.J. Clements is at 8020 at Kalen's starting tonight at 8 o'clock. Raw Louisville presents Reflect over at the Mercury Ballroom down in downtown Louisville on 4th Street starting tonight at 7 o'clock. Get the Let Out is at the Brown Theater in downtown Louisville tonight starting at 8 o'clock. Nanette is at the Limbo tonight starting at 10 o'clock. And the Tetrarch, Nothing Wrong, and Era of Machines are at the Tiger Room starting tonight at 8 o'clock.
This has been your WCHQ Concert View. If you've got a gig you'd like to let us know about, head over to WCHQFM.com and hit the icon at the top of the screen that says List Your Gig.
Oh yeah, guys, you got it here on WCHQ with Zach Becker and the Midnight Oil. Every Thursday night from 10 to midnight, playing you some of the best local and regional music, live interviews, and just a rockin' good time here on WCHQ. That's 100.9 FM, Thursday nights from 10 to midnight. Be there or be left in the dust.
All right, and that was a nice commercial for the Midnight Oil coming up here from 10 to midnight with Zach Becker. And again, we are in the studio here with Samuel St. Samuel at WCHQ 100.9 FM, and he's going to play some more songs for us and take us to the 8 o'clock hour. So, sir, you have the floor if you want to.
Yeah, this song is called St. Joseph's Burning. It's on it's the second song on the EP that comes out in March.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How could I forget the pieces? If
it's more than just a bridge that St. Joseph's burning. All I've ever had were creases pressed in the records long before I ever heard them. It's been years since I've had a sober sleep, and it's been days since I've even slept at all. The bottle never let me down, then it never let me go, and I just wish it let me fall. I could do this on my own if I wasn't so alone, but I have problems keeping friends. 'Cause I'm a loser, I'm a user, I'm a substance abuser. I'm still a piece of garbage, but thanks for checking in. Just call it my vibrato. I've been shaking since the day that I was born and thrown into this hollow. At least when there was nothing more. It's been years since I've had a sober sleep, and it's been days since I've even slept at all. The bottle never let me down, then it never let me go, and I just wish it let me fall. I could do this on my own if I wasn't so alone, but I have problems keeping friends. 'Cause I'm a loser, I'm a user, I'm a substance abuser, still a piece of garbage. Thanks for checking in.
Oh, wow. That is very heavy. You said that was the third track?
That's the second track. Second track. Yeah, that's the second track. I'll play the third track. You want the third track?
Sure. I mean, anything you feel like you want to play?
This song's called Cody's Song. Remember when we could be anybody that we wanted to be, so we chose to be ourselves in spite of everybody else. We had the world at our fingertips, and we just couldn't resist to be addicted, problematic, self-inflicted. I'm getting tired of this depression. I'm getting tired of learning these lessons. I'm getting tired of breaking the fall over and over and over again. I just need a little more conviction. I need to learn to stick with my decisions. And when I say I need to quit, I need to quit, and I need to quit. I need a bullet to the head, like an insomniac needs a bed, like a John needs a whore, like an addict just needs a little bit more. I'll be the sparks among the stubble, the cornerstone left in the rubble. I'll be the one that sticks around. I'll be the match that started the fire, burned it all down. Too many years I've lost my mind and I've lost my faith, but I still have the taste they left behind of a disease that fed me when I was hungry. I'm too dumb to be of any use. I'm too numb to see any abuse. I'm nothing special, absolutely unessential. I'm getting tired of this depression. I'm getting tired of learning these lessons. I'm getting tired of breaking the fall over and over and over again. I just need a little more conviction. I need to learn to stick with my decisions. When I say I need to quit, I need to quit, and I need to quit. I need a bullet to the head, like an insomniac needs a bed, like a John needs a whore, like an addict just needs a little bit more. I'll be the sparks among the stubble, the cornerstone left in the rubble. I'll be the one that sticks around. I'll be the match that started the fire, that burned it all down. Too many early ends to count on both my hands. Sometimes that's all that's there. Sometimes it hurts too much to even care. Maybe I'm just dead inside, hollowed out by every single friend that died. My heart breaks when I find it got easier and easier each time. And I find it condescending that these funerals are for the living. We've all died so many times, so many we don't even exist. I need a bullet to the head, like an insomniac needs a bed, like a John needs a whore, like an addict just needs a little bit more. I'll be the sparks among the stubble, the cornerstone left in the rubble. I'll be the one that sticks around. I'll be the match that started the fire, that burned it all down. I'll be the match that started the fire, that burned it all down.
Absolutely. That's wow. I'm kind of speechless after seeing both of those two songs. I can't wait to get a copy of the EP now.
Oh, yeah. I don't have a date yet, but I know March is when the label's telling us it's going to be out.
Absolutely.
We've been sitting on it for almost a year now. So
wow.
Yeah.
So, and you've been playing these songs live?
We play them live, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All 4 of the songs on the EP we play live.
Awesome. Do you play them in order, or do you...
just
probably, because you said it was a concept.
Yeah, we'll not live, but we probably will
once
the release show. We're doing a tour with a weekend tour with the band 6 Speed Kill in June or July.
Right on.
So definitely on that will play them in order.
Absolutely, it makes logical sense.
But yeah.
All right, so what else you got? You want to play something older? You want to play?
I hate playing my old songs.
Oh, absolutely.
I haven't played. I was thinking about that the other day. I haven't played Drink Till She Calls in probably 3 years, maybe.
Oh wow,
that's been a while. And, how much time do we have?
We got about 10 minutes.
Okay, I might play Drink Till She Calls later.
Okay.
Let's see if I can. Yeah, I can do this one. This is a new one.
Sure.
This one's called Fairweather Friend.
Okay, let's hear this.
Sober if I'm just waiting on the plug, but then I relapse just the same and finally go to get the drugs. You left me all alone, so I got high in your apartment, and I grew to fill that space and just got stuck in that compartment. So we walked on pins and needles, and I swore that they were mine, but you knew this game was rigged, so I had more you couldn't find. You may be everything that I'm afraid to lose, but if you ask me what I'm doing, I'll just say, not enough for you. The day you couldn't find me, I was doing what I was able, hanging out with all the cats. I fell asleep under that table where that rolled up dollar bill was that I'd asked for you to grab. That time I told you that I quit, I only wish I knew you had. You seemed to to save yourself each time I self-destruct. But I go down with the ship every time I mess it up, and I just get stuck there and give up there, cause I don't know how to swim. But in the end, there ain't too much difference between tough love and a fair weather friend.
All right. Like it. Oh, it's good stuff.
Thank you. I'll do. This is a song that I'll do a cover. How about that?
Okay.
Do you know 40 RTY?
No, I know of.
Yeah. This is a song he wrote called Salem, and I kind of switched made it about me. When I first showed him the reworking of it that I did,
right?
He was like, "Man, you make me seem like a jerk," and I was like, "No, man, I'm making this. I'm the one that's a jerk here."
Because you rewrote it about you.
Yeah, well, I would change the yous to me's. It's more. I felt like I think I have a different cadence than he does when I sing. He plays the banjo, so there's a different rhythm that I'm at. So I was having trouble because I really like the song a lot. It's a very, very good song. And when I was learning it, I was having trouble singing with the rhythm that he had it.
Right.
You know? And so I do this naturally anyways when I cover a song. I don't change the meaning, but I instinctively will switch words around so that the meter and the cadence fits
with how
I'm doing, and so I started to do that. I just switched the yous to me's, like I in the me's, like, you know, switched around. So whenever he said you, I said me instead, and stuff like that.
Oh,
and
wow!
So it kind of changed the whole meaning of the song around, and I was like, okay, I'll do this. But yeah, this is Salem.
All right,
remember it. I talked it up, and I'm like,
do I remember?
Moseyed up to me, you said you'd come to see the show. I asked you for a cigarette and you said I shouldn't smoke, but we hung out anyways and I laughed at all your jokes. There's no sense pretending we don't know where this goes. The house lights come up as this bar is shutting down. It's a 7-hour drive to play a show in the next town. And I need to sober up or find a place to stick around. Either way, I'll enjoy the company I found. Oh, how I wish that I'd met you a couple of years ago, before I fell in love with whiskey and life on the road. And I wish I knew of a life we could share where we both don't feel so alone. But I promise it's better for both of us to never know. You'll never know. I know that look well, and now I see it in your eyes. You're thinking about forever, and I don't have that kind of time. I just need a place to stay, and you said I could spend the night. When the sun comes up, I'm leaving nothing behind. You've got your own path, darling, and Lord knows that I've got mine. And they may cross again another day, another time. And when they never do, we'll just say we never tried. But we won't regret each other the rest of our lives. Oh, how I wish that I'd met you a couple of years ago, before I fell in love with whiskey and life on the road. And I wish I knew of a life we could share where we both don't feel so alone. I promise it's better for both of us to never know. You'll never know.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Samuel St. Samuel on the Metal Forge tonight. I am Mark Jackson. Stay tuned for Zach Becker in the Midnight Oil. And Samuel, do you want to say goodbye to anybody? Say hi to anybody?
Yeah, I think my mom and dad were listening. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. I think my mom listens too.
Yeah,
She's
hi, Mom. Hi, other mom.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We will see you next week with Ryan Case in the studio with me. He's going to be talking about the art that he does and where he paints all kinds of weird stuff during metal shows. So you heard it here. It's WCHQ FM 100.9. Thank you.